Maba Pahosima enum ewa Ashanti Prime TV akache mrason sense ma mensa kan ewo man Ghana ne ama hodo so ni edika editi osemufu akuchi edi agukrata so edi amame no mede ba besomo ewo KASE3BO kwan so awie yensima mede ba besomo no edo so bebre ni edi makoti ne bi eni kasamafo obranche bidwefie Right Honorable Aban Sumana Kingsford Baben eden sembi atrabonten sanso ne bibohua bepie mu ewa Asante mantem ha se ya Ashanti mantem musoafo eye Dr. Frank Amakohene akasa ensemwe ne ensema odu pie kanam de ba besomo ewo KASE3BO kwan so awie mi amaje penie bekenken wi KASE3BO yamamu edi ameje so ene mes nafsat mi twa me ho aba Afe Jebre na memfa KASE3BO ni nchiremu ensomo na wotu ye chemu eno man sana hene ye Dr. Kasala 247 ede 2026 budget ekopiemu e omrahye bedwafie kenkan mo man Ghana de hye obi ehu bie na obi a eti bie ne nei akasa mpanimfo so omrahye bedwafie bebubu hu no ahwe ne ebeboa ene ne embo ene na anam so ama kasamafo ho no ye Right Honorable Aban Sumana Kingsford Baben akasa edi ato abontin se wo hwe said ye yon munyamfo ato force na present e budget no susu se ya de mpanimfo atena ase ato adwena sere adwene ehu ne eme beboa oman Ghana nti na mo de budget na benti obesre se emre sunsu wo bubu hu e omrahye bedwafie a e mpanimfo nhwe na bia ye sika wo no hu sika puduo poti ya wodi ko oman no dwumedie ya afi 2026 sika ye ba bese ne nkopa se wodi ba be ya amanyosem e omrahye bedwafie
numbers and identify opportunities you can leverage for micro development in your local areas. This is the essence of representative democracy, translating national priorities into local tangible benefits. Today, we affirm that Parliament stands as the ultimate guardian against executive overreach in the management of public funds. We do so to protect the public trust, conserve resources, and ensure that every city advances the common goal and common good of our people. Our constitutional framework demands the highest standards of checks and balances, ensuring that policy proposals are debated, budgets are scrutinized, and expenditures are justified. And I must say that I'm happy that the Minister for Finance, ab initio, accepted that this is not just going to be a statement, but that it will be a motion that will be thoroughly debated by the House.
Adeshima mba yebeko so ejinemu ewo 2026 budget nsensem na se ejumensem krona ena eye Honorable George Eyekweku Ricket Hagan ono na ye Deputy Majority Leader omrahye bedwafie nso kasa edeto abonten se we ensem ye Speaker of Parliament kan no ade omo atena so pem no nso bebo omo homodin bia se mreso se budget review jumedie no de hye so behwe wo hu sikapudu o man Ghana ye be say na fe 2026.
Our duty is to ensure that the budget reflects not only the fiscal prudence but also the aspirations and needs of the citizenry. We as parliamentarians must therefore scrutinize the budget thoroughly, ensuring that allocations are equitable, realistic, and results-oriented. But as we perform this duty, we must also recognize that Parliament and the Executive share common responsibility to deliver development, create opportunities, and ensure value for money in the use of public resources. The 2026 budget is also a call to collective action. It challenges us to think innovatively about how to grow our economy sustainably. To collective action. It challenges.
Adeshima imba mekoso akenkan KASE3BO no ediama na soafo abedi echi ohwe bambo nsem so eyin munyamfo Ernest Brojaje mfie ne wakasa edi ato abontense na wochi etwam eyare hosimesi ye recruitment dwumadie na se wo mangane mwase na yade a eye pa ne so obeswe Ghana adehye se obi a enya abotoye me yade aban ne den hihye pa egu akwema eye sare hosimana se wo na esi na wochi etwam ni ebi nsi biem o mangane hase.
From this tragic incident. As we all recall, some 3-4 months back, the ministry had a major tragic incident that claimed the life of the minister. And so we are not even out of that wound yet, only to be met with this very, very painful exit of 6 precious lives. Very promising young ladies, beautiful, who wanted to be in the military uniform. And so it's a very painful period for all of us as Ghanaians. And that's why His Excellency the President asked myself, together with the Minister for Gender and other government officials, to visit all 6 bereaved families and condole with them, as well as to offer support for them, some psychological, others, how we can manage to bury the 6 victims. Back to your question, yes, we think that these 6 young female potential recruits had made it. They were qualified to the stage where we were to inspect their documentations and also do body selection in order to assess their fitness level. And for the family to lose them under the circumstances as we have, His Excellency the President has directed that we give the opportunity to the family to replace all these 6 dead persons. Of course, we have to check their fitness level, how they are healthy, how they qualify to be with the Ghana Armed Forces. Not only that, His Excellency the President has also directed that all injured persons involved in this tragic incident be also given the automatic qualification to be recruited for the Ghana Armed Forces. At any point they recover and our health professionals assess their suitability to be with the Ghana Armed Forces, His Excellency the President has given the directive that we give them automatic recruitment to join. So this is what government is doing to condole the families and also to compensate for those that have been hit by it. Also pursuant to the directive to investigate the incident, the ministry has directed the Ghana Armed Forces to allow for the officers who were in charge of the process to step aside in order not to conflict the investigations. And so those persons have been asked to step aside, and the Board of Inquiry, which is an investigative committee, has commenced its work to look into it and to find out exactly what the cause is. And as you are also aware, we have put the Greater Accra recruitment process on hold. We hope that very soon we will
Adeshimai ba meko so akenkan KASE3BO no edi amam na se Ghana de hye eneme be ya adwuna be America kranie edi fi Kumasi ekosi enkan pumpuni mantem kwantempo no se ya dia traffic edi agi aboso pa wo kwani ofi mfia no pa agi se anwumre ansa no akwa kodru enkan pumpuni mantem na we na no kwasi ada eya asante mantem so afo ye Dr. Frank Amoakohene empanifo nya akwan ene ne twen komo no wakasa edi ato abonten eye nhyehyeye pa wo no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na afen so aso ye hwa akwan ne akwantempon so de egu akwam efa eye Accra Kumasi highway no
as X sa kwai na ye konongo bypass nje keka ho nyina za dwuma no be de ye bekoso entifa sa kwai no as X e kwai a ye ka ho asem ye Accra Kumasi express road no fa no as Mahama road ana fa no as Y eno no de kire say e kwai na ni ho afeni e twa kwai na ye atum mama me say Mahama and the chakwa we na about 52 kilometers and a free kwai so e Accra to Kumasi na 4 hours no ate so de aba 3 hours and kitwe bi it next ababa 3 hours point 2 and 3 hours 8 minutes point 2 2 seconds no man no good. Now the say 3 hours 8 minutes point 2 seconds. And the actually say just by the re-engineering and designing of the Accra Kumasi Expressway no yate so for 250 kilometers no at the about 198 kilometers. Yes I am because a kwani dam I kwani dam tro do no I say quantempo no se beka quantempo obi atiasem yet enie unko gina ewo anyinam se okoto B Foster unko di anyinam traffic so unko di konango traffic so unko di osino traffic so and by just the mere fact say ye is our traffic na free mu ninti no ye che say sa 8.2 na wa chire no and so be free ho ama almost 30 minutes aye aba be ho and the 30 minutes plus 8 minutes plus 2 seconds and also say what's another 38.2 minutes every Accra Kumasi road no minutes do na hours do anka be di wo so no what's you no so aye dey every so Messi we Accra Kumasi express road no wiki bia o sem betena be chirchirem o sem chirchirem akopem say ebe wura temamufu aye dey etirim ena wo yo muti o enti we no enkofe fa enkofo kro mu a settlement so wo ho na kwakoche traffic bia edu na siso a ye nkonko a ka bi su nhia ka bi eti wo kọ na ananso ye dey wo kọ he nkura na mu sa na ma we bi su ye China US these are the two countries as a quiet to see a highway connected two major cities or master that constructing purposefully say a quiet way there ye ya na ye yi a quiet na dia kono eno na dia Mahama e dia bagana na president that will see Rich Hospital will see Circle Interchange will see UGMC who ra ho abaka so wa brochire dia wa record da no ka so be kora a chinjie bia na dey eni ho na gopo ya adom a January they started one processor the day so obo form they started jumadi be interchange ahodo e beba ekwan no so no ebeye mako I think 3 and ebe wo ekwan no so from Accra to Kumasi the entire interchange be wo ho nie those ye yi ekwan no dia fa dotom ana akwaye brentuom ana dia ba bedru Kumasi nemom akwaye ni bi wo ho a ebe transact and say ebe running with akwaye no ba kwaye ni we ba betwam te say wo he ahaya won say ekwaye no kuntanse kwaye na wa no he ma he ebe ba be fa wo som so ena wa hayo enti edru ba bia ekwaye ahodo no twam na ye be interchange na express road ndie eda so na mu ye dey eko whilst ekwaye na ewo ho dada no ezu be na ba bia ye dey afa vision way Anna Kwame Nkrumah ene ode Accra tema boto we no to connect tema ene Accra. Said be ya wusi sa akwan so a ena afi na obi betwam akoko betwam nipa betwam wan betwam ka bi youth
Adeshima imba mekoso akenkan KASE3BO no edi amam na mpanimfo moda eye Assemblies of God asafo ano akasa edi ato abonten se eye afe 2026 wonhiem kase a obehiem no beye ewo Ghana hanum si na we ne dikan se bibema manama hodo nyina Ghana ene dikan a wo hosti eye World Assemblies of God eye conference 2026 no.
The World Assemblies of God 2026 Congress. And I want to thank my dear brother Wengam and his team for making me a slice of history. So as far as our launch is concerned, it stems with divine purpose. At our last World Assemblies of God Fellowship Congress in Madrid 2023, Ghana stood up clearly as the nation chosen by God and prepared in every way to host this global gathering. Ghana now has become the first African nation in history to receive this honor. We are encouraged that the transformation agenda of the Assemblies of God Ghana fully aligns with MM33. We commend the leadership and the churches of Ghana for your generosity, your commitment to discipleship, evangelism, and your vision to build churches and ensure healthy churches and have legacy temples across this nation. May God richly bless you and empower you as you prepare to welcome the world in 2026.
We should send the gospel to the whole world. So to commemorate this historic event, 2000 years of Christ's ascension, we have launched a project known as MM33, His Mission, Our Mandate. By the year 2033, we have tasked ourselves to plant and establish 1 million churches globally. We have shared it as targets among the continents. Africa has been assigned to plant 300,000 churches. Now we've asked churches in Africa to triple their numbers to help us reach the target. So Ghana is supposed to plant 14,000 churches by the year 2023. Not only church planting, we are looking at empowering the next generation, youth empowerment. We are also focusing on church health, building healthy churches. We are also asking the church to go back to our roots, the supernatural, the day of Pentecost, the outpour of the Spirit. So this is what MM33 stands for. Well, very important, it's coming to Ghana because the first time in the 110 years history of Assemblies of God globally, the first time this global congress is coming to Africa. So it's a big deal for us. And it's also going to change the perception about Africa. Unfortunately, people in the West and the other developed economies see Africa in a very negative light because of the negative publicity and twists some international media gives to Africa. So for us, it will allow the world to see the beauty of Africa.
Adakwa eye krewe puye mantem ne okopie mu ewo hono ma school mpanimfo a omo eye adakwa MAGHS akasa de omade hwede ato abanyanim se okopie eye biaya eniema na ase akade anka school behia mo omade hwe na ase omade sua adi mu no bepie mu ewo hono manya de adakwa school no ebi ewo hono mo se sanso na ma adwuma na ye den ede ma kyerɛkyerɛfo na afenso awofo ewo hono so besre aban eye wona oka biye mu Wana kakra won seme na afem so yaso ye hwe ngomasi ansam so won hwe no meye won moa e won sa ne ma na afem.
As the sword is being cut today, then another challenge is the toilet facility and the urinal facilities. We have nowhere to attend to nature's call. The learners have to go home most of the times to attend nature's call. So we are looking forward and pleading on the government to support us with the toilet facilities and then the urinal. We also need computer lab. When the computer lab is available, the ICT or the computing as the subject being introduced in the common core curriculum program will support us. So we are also pleading on the government as the MCE is cutting the sword today, hoping that the sword will also be cut for our computer lab. Sometimes the municipal education office also supports us with the furniture, just that they are inadequate. So we are looking forward that this current government will come through for us.
Young Papa, His Excellency, any abanye tisui, yesi yensi classroom keke ensi ho, yesi classroom. Esha se nye huhia se eboa mani adwumadi ma classroom ne baaye no ebe nyina ye de kan ho maamo. Enu nti ye hye ye no ye de 2 stores e kan ho maamo. Ye hye ye ne ehu se ye ntitafo omo kirade a so munya baabi e de wo ahome na omo prepare wo ho e ko class. Enunti ye the staff common room e kan ho maamo. Enya project a ye ba be cut sword ni asori akokeke. Enya project a ye be cut sword na di years ni entimi wie ma ye nkora. Ye hye na na bose bosomie esia pepepe se ye be gina ha aba be go school dan na no ama.
How the man nanan cry nanan mo mbo ho modern. Ama na hwe school ni ho. Ente mama for yi womba e de ko ba bia school eye papa wo te na ma school no agija ataba fam kura adisuan so ma etiba fam if say achechefo no e ba am see school dan ye nti obi wo ba na wasan ko nti to so a tam so na obi a apon if say structure no enframa ba ehu enti ne sa ba se be see school dan ma ya aban nsa wo mu a ya dan abanse. Sabase besi school damaya aban nsa wo mu a ya dan abanse
ya be so ede KASE3BO no eginemu ewa apuye mantemu ni yento aso ewekura ye frɛ ne sɛ eyeja ha enei adehie kroma ene nananamatena nkonyo ho no medo magistrate ato eyo osofo ye minister for communication yon munyamfo Sam George enim so bepiem ewo ho no ma se bi network ho de be ye ko na ya de ho aye din yie pa age se wuchi ni kro na fa ba bia ansa no anya ba bia agina se wufro bi ewo kro fufuro se san so na amako badie ho aye din e ma adehie wo ho no to besre se mpanifo no nhwe nso na mo bi mfa ho emfa mo
more than 3,000 and so your network some enkoye be say your network te say wo be ye call krampa age say buku gina baabi unya twen ho a unya network utu kwan na pese wo frɛ fia unya obi a wo frɛ no wo frɛ kra entimi mma ye besere ekro ne na bi nso a na school for your network na ebibia ansa na ICT betimi akoso amaye no age say nya network ya ye wo computer lab ewa ha anka ye nya wifi na de kire nkola na de ni nyina ye ntimi nya ye besere omo kan bia eyeyi Dr. Tanko ne nkrofo so ommebo ye
network ne de high papa eno ana ye de bibia wo share district na ba bia jaha ehye no ye ben Denchembo district enso efi akono so emu wakakra na ne abakra ne sese obi akromfo na bibi tisi ha hwan na wo kofre no wo fra obi ayenko che se wo fu moto na wo kɔ wanim deporting bi wo esem ɛhɔ na obetimi ayekɔ amanakɔ nti brepa de ye bre papa
network nti yenti menfrɛ ne ebehu ana akromfo abubu ye dan yani ɔma sɛ ye ne amapoto ento a yanka no na ne ebesi na esi awie nti yesrɛ network ne de ye pa ne aban ne kyɛw ɔmɛboa ye wai ne ye bre papa pa network
na nsa me ba awaka no odan yomo fra fita no pa anwumre no nsia ansa no mo fra si obi so say me ba no awaka no nti oda hospital ansa na me fuka na me de akọ nti yasra mo network ne de no kware mama me boa yan no kware de en be ko sumu ye ti sumu pa
bibe DDC eka eniema me de asi mani so ametu ho akwan anase metu ho anamo mafa enkroto a network ni so nyina ana me de population aka ho ana me de akwakọ mampanifo enti enne mijina akohene anamu mijina dwahahene anamu mijina otabel hene anamu ene enkuru aka nyina network eni so na yesu akire ye papa Dr. Tanko e wo gifek Yenua Bema Ali Achena Abubakar Ononso Eastern Region a Ononso Gifek. Any papa Dr. Makoliva Kevo a Ononso Ewo Eyenita. Sa Omomra Atmansa Yensra Bemu. Na yenya network emfama yenkuro na network ni wonti a enu nti ema pampam adwumayefo a eba ema wo mani nka se omomra na omomboa ye na yentiminya network ni emfama ye communities.
Additional member because I can KASE3BO no Ediamomna Programs Manager Edima Ghana National Education a year campaign coalition a yon munyan for a first to Sene Wakasa Ediato Bonte says he said His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ebu na Mamuna na Chese Adia Dana Kuma so my Ghana Mumesian Sem Ebe Kostropa. Inti se ne aban no eboa senior high schools ahodoɔ na be mu hia nkonya ene eye classrooms osisi ede amommo a ende ne ekuo emudin edom so eye GNEC enso aye krado se ye basic schools ahodoɔ no so de moa ebekɔ no na abo ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene su adehunu so man Ghana benya ngumesua papa no abamu di ama no
besi 200 basic schools, and I said 200 schools at the primary level, in another 200 at the KG level, in 200 at the at the junior high school level. And also, HSA, we are improving on the infrastructure deficit in our year on. There was schools be brea almost the one I refer to as under trees, any dilapidated structures. Na idea edi or how bebre ebre yan mai enti ye be say aban hwe say sa project ya omo eba be yi be targeted at reducing the situation of learning under trace no any omo say be omo sure the or dilapidated structures more expose to a lot of danger no or say target is schools na intimi emboama yen reduce the situation of schools learning under trace no which is why there were a lot of basic schools are omuni junior high school departments now about over 4,000 schools any junior high school department at the basic level na ebanisa na obo say yamani bi omuwie primary 6 na was say almost two kwan equal other communities and sana matimi ayede anya GHS primary 6 na was say almost two kwan equal
Additional environment to KASE3BO nso ni efi o man Ghana na edi ani akwa akopie mu ewa amahodo so nsem ye be hyasie ewo Nigeria me no kopie mu ewo hono ma yade a wofo enso no egujam ye charge ajo esanse nipa bonfo bi ato ahye eye basic schools ahodo ewo Nigeria mu amwa cheche eye mofra emaya wo hono edi esie mprempren yade a achechefo baako ahwe ne nkwa enten na anam sama wofo hono de ekasa de o made hwede eto abonte so besre ye bambo aso ye wo Nigeria manu aban ne nhwe no nso anam opa bi emfa ho esanse won so no egujam abra won hu won ma no
that has left communities and families devastated. Families are now going through pain while staring at this unresolved trauma.
It comes with huge illicit economic gains for them, because government wouldn't want to be painted in the bad light, in the weak and incapable of protecting the people. Go and look till today, more than a decade after Chibok girls' abduction, it is still a major conversation in the country now. So this is what gives global traction to terrorist activities.
The kidnappings are met with public sorrow and anger, highlighting public perception that the government remains vulnerable and unable to protect its citizens.
If, for instance, let's say people have been kidnapped in the market, it doesn't go far. If people have been kidnapped on the road, it doesn't go far. What gains traction is when strategic kidnapping like schools, children. I'm very sure tomorrow you will see UNICEF issuing statements, Save the Children issuing statements, international agencies issuing statements. It gives the traction that that feeds into the propaganda machinery of those terrorist groups.
Nigeria continues to reel from complex security challenges. The emotional toll is heavy as amorphous groups of armed bandits who specialize in kidnapping for ransom have traumatized hundreds of families across northern region through high-profile abduction.
Yentwa amahodro so nsem no so penifo mo hwe bambo nsem so ewo Japan na afei so wono hwe bambo nsem so ewo Indonesia nei amanama mienu ehia eto aso adwena asrasra adwen no de won sa ASHANTI ase apamase no ahwe kwan obefa so a obetumi aboabo won ho se koba no bambo nsemu.
Indonesia and Japan can increase cooperation and defense interoperability. Now, earlier this month, Indonesia's political advisor to the Ministry of Defense said that the bilateral defense ties have grown significantly in recent years to encompass strategic dialogues, personnel exchanges, joint education and training, combined exercises and collaboration in the industry. However, he also said that there was a potential to expand on their collaboration, particularly in defense technology through joint research, innovation, professional exchanges and integrated training. And so we are expecting to see pledges of commitments in maritime security and all of those potential additional spaces as well. Indonesia and Japan are both also expected to affirm their shared commitment to strengthening bilateral relations through the OSA framework, the Official Security Assistance Framework, under which Japan provides defense equipment assistance to partner countries. Now, there's also talk of the two countries discussing the possibility of jointly developing a naval. Asia and Japan can increase cooperation and defense interoperability. Now, earlier this month, Indonesia's political advisor to the Ministry of Defense said that the bilateral...
Channels KASE3BO Facebook Live, ASHANTI Prime TV, YouTube, ASHANTI Prime TV, and TikTok, and say ASHANTI Prime TV. We shall no comment, like, and share a day amame. And some of the best more KASE3BO coins so we need Dawson, near Dimakotin, maybe any. A Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Kingsford, a Sumana Barben, Edin Sembi Etuabon, since I was Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Makohinenso Kasa, Highway no Ehu, and same way, and then some it was Media Santem. Yamaje Penny, dear Nebenada, a Prime TV, area Prime to break us here, but so media majeso, and a mess Nafsat Macarobia.